Okay. Good day, everyone. Again, good day, everyone. Again, welcome to the last week of our second quarter. So, I hope that all the lessons that are included in this quarter in your module are understood by everybody. And those who are not yet submitting their outputs for this quarter, I am reminding you, everyone, that you need to comply with all those requirements so that you can have a good grade for the second quarter. If you have any subjects without your grades, please coordinate with your teachers for that specific learning areas. Okay, so the last topic that we're going to have in our module for the second quarter are the techniques in public speaking. Have you experienced speaking with a script before a large group of audience? And how about without a script? Siguro every one of you has already experienced to talk in public or maybe in front of your classmate, isn't it? When you are doing your reporting or you are having your performance tasks in other, especially in your language subject, maybe you are having something to read, and that is what we call script, or some of you are just telling your audience on what knowledge do you have in a specific topic, di ba? So mayroong bigla-bigla na lang tinatawag kayo ng teachers and then sinasabihan kayo na mag-recite or mag-discuss ng isang topic. Diba? So, maybe that is one of the weaknesses of our students for today or nowadays. Hirap na hirap silang makipag-communicate in public. So being grade 10 here, sad to say, kung tayo lang ay tayo ay nasa modular, pero kung sa face-to-face learning tayo, marami ng instances na you are presenting certain script in front of your classmate or you're doing an oral performances regarding regarding to discuss some of those topics. Okay? So there are two basic forms of delivering speech. It may be prepared or it may be impromptu. So of course, when you said prepared, the speaker is given a time to prepare, while in an impromptu, the speech is delivered on the spot or with no preparation at all. So really, this skills is really included in all the basic competencies that need to be mastered by a grade 10 students. Because when you're going to enter your senior high school, you're going to use these skills. So therefore, before the end of this year or this grade, you're having a background of how you're going to face people and you're going to deliver a certain message. Okay, so there is the deeper, or there is a difference between a prepared one and an impromptu or on the spot. Okay. So if you're going to notice in your module, on the introduction phase, you can see there the Venn diagram. Ba? So in the Venn diagram, you are asked to give the differences and similarities of the prepared speech and an impromptu. So if I'm going to ask you, what is the difference between the two? Yun nga lang, dahil sa panahon ngayon, hindi ko kayo matatanong kung ano ang pagkakaiba ng dalawang ito, kung ano yung inyong idea. Pero dyan sa inyong answer sheet, you can be able to give all the answers that you have in your mind to differentiate and also to give the similarities of these two method of public speaking. Okay? So as we go along with our lesson, you are going to understand what is the difference between the two. Okay? So that serves as your preparation in our lesson for this day or for this week. Okay? So public speaking usually involves having to deliver or communicate information in front of a live audience. It's usually done in a formal setting or as part of a formal event. Public speaking conveys purposeful information which aims to inform, influence, or entertain a large group of audience. So people engaged in public speaking can get a lot of advantages like sharp critical thinking skills, confidence with dealing with people, and fluency in verbal and non-verbal communication. Lagi kong sinasabi sa aking estudyante before na kung kayo ay isang good speaker, you have certain points na pwede ninyong magamit kapag kayo ay nakatapos na ng pag-aaral o kaya ay lumabas na kayo sa field. People are impressed if an individual person is a good speaker. Being a good speaker is an asset. Kapag magaling ka kasing magsalita, nagkakaroon ka ng confidence sa iyong sarili. And you can easily persuade or convince your audience if you are a good speaker. Diba? Sabi, ang galing nung magsalita, maniwala ako sa sinasabi niya. Kasi nga, magaling ka magsalita. You know how to explain well, and you can depend on what particular things you are explaining. Diba? So, hindi ka patumpik-tumpik sa sinasabi mo, or hindi ka natitigilan or hindi nagpuputol-putol yung sinasabi mo. May nakilala ko last time na isang tao na napakagaling magsalita, kaya siya ay laging kinukuhang speaker. So, by means of that, aside from earning money, he also become a popular person, and he can disseminate a lot of information because he can speak well in front of the audience, diba? Kahit sa ating face-to-face learning, when you were in your lower grade, teachers also gave you a higher grade when you know how to perform well in front of your classmate. If you know how to explain, and if you can depend and elaborate a certain issue. Kahit man yan ay hindi sa communication subject, kahit yan ay sa other learning area, di ba? Kasi if you are a good speaker, you can communicate also well. So that is one of the importance of public speaking or being a good speaker. So now let us discuss the prepared one. So the prepared speech, how it is deeper from another one. So of course, from the word prepare, you are given a time to prepare the certain message that you are going to deliver. So here are some characteristics of this one. The speaker is given the topic beforehand, and he has a time to research about the topic, and he has a time to rehearse or practice prior to delivering the speech. And most of the time when we are having a contest, especially in Filipino, the oratorical contest, that is a prepared one. You are given a topic. Or if you are invited in a certain occasion to be a guest speaker, usually that person has already a prepared speech before he pays his audience or her audience. Ba? So that is one. Another is delivering a fully memorized speech is just one example. As what I've said earlier, if that is a prepared one, you can be able to memorize that. And it may also include such forms as extemporaneous speech where the speaker is given some time to prepare before the delivery. The speaker may also bring a prepared copy which serves as reference for delivering the speech. Example, speaking before thousands of graduating students, addressing a crowd during a business conference, and presenting a report, a thesis, or a research. Yan yung mga minememorize bago kayo humarap ng tao. Diba? Sometimes binibigyan din kayo ng teacher na discussin or mag-deliver ka ng ganyan na kung saan ibinibigay before ang iyong topic. So anong ginagawa ninyo? Of course, after you have made your script, you are delivering it, you are memorizing it before the time na i-deliver nyo. And usually, laging sabi nyo nga, ma'am, next time po ako or ako po ay sa huli. Kasi, still, you did not memorize your piece. And naobserbahan ko, pagdating sa memorizing, medyo nagkukulang yung ating tiyaga. Kaya kapag kayo ay pinag-recite, as your performance, ay medyo hindi ninyo nagagawa ito ng mabuti. Diba? So, memorizing a certain piece takes a lot of time. So maybe you're going to repeat and repeat. Because through repetition, you can be able to gain mastery. How about the impromptu? So in the impromptu, the speaker is given with a little or no time to prepare. Delivering an impromptu speech seems a challenging task since it means speaking about a specific issue or topic without having the chance to research about it or even make an outline as a guide. When delivering this type, one must be able to fully gather her thoughts, focus on the issue or topic at hand, and maintain composure. What are the examples of this? Of course, the ambush interview, other gathering where people are asked to deliver a speech on the spur of the moment. So sometimes kapag umattend kayo ng isang gathering, bigla na lang nahihingan kayo ng message na kayo naman ay hindi prepare. So by that time, kailangan mong i-gather kung ano yung nasa isip mo. Kaya nga dapat lagi tayo ay may stock knowledge, may stock information. So pag dumating ang pagkakataong ito, ay kayo ay ready at hindi mawawala ang inyong tiwala sa inyong sarili. Kailangan ma-maintain nyo yung inyong composure. Huwag niyong ipapahalata na wala kayong alam doon sa certain issue na ibinigay sa inyo na i-discuss. Okay? That is impromptu. So what are the different techniques in public speaking? First, you know your purpose. So usually there are three main purposes. One is to persuade, to inform, and the other one is to inspire. So usually when there is a graduation ceremony, you are having a speaker wherein we can inspire on what he is telling us, di ba? Kaya nga ang kinukuha nating mga guest speaker ay yung makaka-inspire us na kung saan magagamit natin siyang inspiration to pursue our dream. And of course, to move us into action. Siyempre, kapag siya ay nagbibigay ng inspiration, that is one way for us to do those things na pinagdaanan niya or ginawa din niya. Diba? Kaya nga, kapag nagsalita ka in public, first of all, kailangan mong alam mo kung ano yung iyong layunin, kung bakit ka tumayo diyan at magsalita. Second is, be familiar with your topic. You must know and you must have enough knowledge on the topic that you're going to deliver. You need to be ready. You need to have a mastery. And of course, you have to gain information related to the topic that you are going to use as a piece of your speech. And the other one is you have to consider your audience. So you have to plan the appropriate content, language, and techniques to use. So if your audience is only a senior citizen, you have to choose the words or language that you are going to use suited to them. If you are facing a kindergarten, of course, you are not going to discuss those things which they are not really going to be understood on regarding on their age. Ba? Kaya nga, you have to know your purpose, be familiar with your topic, and of course, you have to consider your audience. And of course, planning is very important. You have to make a plan ahead of time, especially when you know that you're going to speak in that specific occasion or in that specific situation. You must be ready so that when you stand in front of them, you are still having your poise and also a confidence in yourself. You may also use also nonverbal cues. What are those? This is really important. When you are delivering a speech, you may do some gestures. You have to have an eye contact with your audience. Your voice is one of the important aspects of being a good speaker. And of course, your facial expression. So, it is not you're going to move all the time, but you have to make some gestures wherein it may be a way or a method for you to convince your audience, your hand, so that you are showing an emphasis when you are using your hand, diba? Sometimes, of course, the movement of your movement is not should be limited. So maybe stepping forward, backward, sideward, but not all the time. And also you have to remain calm. If you feel nervous, you're going to take deep breath and having a focused mindset, which can be a way for you to stay relaxed. And of course, you have to practice. And lastly, watch your words. You are not going to use harsh words in public speaking. You are going to maintain your reputation when you are doing public speaking. If you are professional, you have to maintain your professionalism in doing your speech in public. Okay? So again, you may use nonverbal cues. You have to remain calm. You have to practice, and you have to watch your words. These are still some techniques in public speaking. Additional to that is you have to speak with clarity. Kailangang maliwanag ang iyong salita para hindi mawawala ng interest na makinig ang iyong audience. Of course, kapag hindi nila maintindihan yung inyong sinasabi, nawawala yung focus nila sa iyo. Kaya you have to speak with clarity and you have to observe proper pronunciation, stress, intonation, juncture, diction, tone, and pacing when delivering a speech. Napakahalaga noong maliwanag yung sinasabi, and of course, tama yung pagbigkas mo at binibigyan mo ng diin ang mga salita na iyong binibitiwan kung ito ay dapat bigyan ng emphasis. Ang iyong diction, of course, at kailangan din ay may pacing or alam mo kung ano-ano, kung paano mo pagsusunod-sunurin ang iyong sinasabi. Diba? And you can use also visuals when necessary. So, if you are a speaker in front of teachers or you're speaking at certain topics, you may use visuals like you may use the PowerPoint slides in order to support the speech that you are being delivered. And of course, when you're doing public speaking, you have to dress comfortably and appropriately. Dress in a way that exudes respect and formality. Siyempre, pag ikaw ay nagsasalita sa harap ng professionals, kailangan mag-aka ng professionals and of course, paki-watch ng iyong dress, diba? Alangan naman nagsasalita ka ng professional, ikaw ay naka-duster o kaya ay naka-short. Kaya malaking aspect or malaking factor na pagharap mo sa iyong audience, sila ay hahanga sa iyo mula ulo hanggang paa. Diba? That is one aspect. And after that, you have to be open to questions and comments. Especially kapag ikaw ay speaker sa isang seminar workshop or you are doing some proposals. Kailangan ikaw ay ready na may magtatanong at magbibigay ng komento. So lahat ng iyon ay iyong haharapin at iyong bibigyan ng karampatang kasagutan ang mga kanilang mga inquiries tungkol doon. So tandaan nyo ha, you have to speak with clarity, your voice must be clear, your intonation, your diction, kailangan yan, and you may use the PowerPoint, and of course, you have to dress comfortably and appropriately, and you have to be open in different questions and comments from your audience. Okay? So, siguro naman natandaan ninyo kung ano yung ating diniscuss. Yun yung mga bagay na dapat ninyong gawin or dapat ninyong tandaan kapag kayo ay magsasalita sa harap ng publiko. Especially kung kayo ay mayroong layunin na maging isang politicians. Kailangan ninyo yung tandaan. And of course, kahit hindi naman yan, that is one kind of performance. So, siguro in our language subject, laging part yan. You have to present a certain piece wherein you are being graded by your teachers, especially in oral performances. Okay? So, after discussing those things and things to be remembered and things to be learned about public speaking, let us now proceed to our learning tasks. So let us now have or answer the learning task 1. So the learning task 1 is an easy task. So if you are going to remember, before we start this lesson, I ask you to identify the differences and similarities between a prepared speech and an impromptu speech. So this is a follow-up activity on that. So you're going to read the different statement here, and after you have read it, you're going to identify whether it is a prepared one and an impromptu one. Of course, again, prepared, it can be memorized. You have given a time to prepare your speech before you deliver it. But on the other hand, an impromptu, you are directly giving your message in front of the public without prior notice or proper preparation before. Okay? So, let us proceed to learning task 2. In your answer sheet, I provided you a certain space wherein you're going to put the check to mark the ones which should be followed when asked to speak before before you speak in a specific group of people or audience. So, tsatsikan nyo lang or lalagyan nyo lang ng check kung yung statement na yan is appropriate kung kayo ay magdi-deliver ng speech. Kung hindi, just leave it blank. Okay? So, nandun yan sa inyong lesson. Nagtataka lang ako, minsan, yung sagot talaga is directly makikita ninyo sa inyong module. Minsan, nagtataka talaga ako na walang sagot. Isa lang yung conclusion doon, diba? Hindi kayo nagbasa. Kasi kung magbabasa lamang kayo, masasagutan ninyo ng ayos yung mga learning tasks na nakapaloob dyan sa inyong module. Kung hindi man, yung siguro medyo mahirap yung mga essay part, pero itong mga ganito, dapat nasasagutan nyo na ito ng tama. Kasi nandun yan sa discussion. Kaya you have to help yourself. Go back to your module. Lagi ninyong tingnan habang kayo nagsasagot. Kaya nga may module kayo at may answer sheet kayo, kaharap ninyo yung answer sheet, kaharap ninyo yung inyong module habang nagsasagot kayo sa inyong answer sheet. Huwag kayong tumingala or huwag kayong gumalagala lang ang inyong mga mata at hanapin ang sagot sa dingding ng inyong bahay or sa flooring ng inyong bahay. Read. Read and read and read. Because from that, you can be able to get the correct answer easily and correctly. Okay, learning task 3. Ito yun. Parang meron tayo nito sa ating last module in quarter 1. It's about the speech of President Rodrigo Duterte in his 5th State of the Nation address. You analyzed that before. So in your answer sheet, you may write down what that speech was about and cite at least 3 techniques you have observed from the speaker. Ngayon kung hindi nyo natatandaan yan, ang limit-limit namang mapanood ni President sa television. Kahit yung maigsing speech niya, inyong tingnan kung ano yung mga techniques na inyong na-observe sa kanya bilang isa siyang speaker. Diba? Then, isulat nyo lang yan sa inyong answer sheet. 3 lang. Kaya nakalagay dito, note if you have a way to connect to the internet, you may look for a video clip or a speech you would like to watch and examine. So kung hindi nyo na yan tanda at hindi nyo na yan or hindi nyo napanood or hindi nyo na mapapanood, humanap kayo ng iba na pwede ninyong mapanood just kung gumamit kayo nag-search kayo sa internet, ilagay nyo lang yung title ng inyong pinanood and then ilagay nyo yung mga words or some examinations that you have done from that delivery. So isulat nyo kung ano yung na-observe nyo, kung ano yung ginamit niyang techniques. For example, the speaker deliver his speech in a clear and modulated voice. Ba? Pwede yun. The gestures that he showed when he is speaking really persuade the audience to believe on what he said. Diba? Pwede yun. So, yun yung mga example lang. Ano pa? The eye contact is really observed when he is delivering his message. Napaka-importante ng eye contact ha, di ba? Sabi ko lagi sa inyo, kahit nagbabasa lang kayo ng orally, dapat hindi mawawala yung eye contact nyo sa inyong mga kaeskwela. Kasi baka basa kayo ng basa, wala na pala kayong kaharap. Kung doon kayo nakapokus doon sa inyong binabasa. Laging may eye contact. So for the learning task 4, imagine that you have been selected by the school principal to represent your school in a forthcoming conference of student leaders from all over the Philippines. As part of your task, you need to prepare a 10-minute speech that answers the question, what kind of student leadership does the Philippines need today? Okay, I think I did not include this one in your answer sheet, so you may skip this one. Kahit hindi nyo na ito isama. Medyo alisin muna natin ito para hindi magdoble-doble yung inyong gagawing learning task. Okay, ito. Nakasama yan. Halimbawa daw ay kinuha kang coach ng isang, halimbawa, ikaw ay teacher. Halimbawa na lang, ikaw ay teacher. Yung estudyante mo ay lalaban sa isang contest para sa public speaking. So bilang teacher, ikaw yung coach niya. So ano yung mga piece of advice na pwede mong ibigay or techniques na pwede mong may share sa iyong student? Alam nyo, before kami lagi ay sumasali sa Rotary. Yan ay isa sa laging pa-contest. Nga lang ngayon ay wala na siya, kaya hindi na napapractice ang mga bata for that. Pero kung tayo nga ay may face-to-face, meron talaga tayong lesson na or discussion regarding on this, and of course, it is followed by an oral performance. Yan. So again, kung ikaw ay nakuhang coach ng isang estudyante para mag-present ng isang piece in public, ano yung iyong magiging advice sa kanya? So ilagay niyo yan sa 5 statement and then isulat niyo yan sa iyong answer sheet doon sa space na i-provide sa inyo. Okay? Dito kasi laging notebook, malilimutan nating palitan, pero dyan sa ibinigay namin, meron yung mga space dyan sa inyong mga answer sheet, meron dyang space na kung saan diyan ninyo isusulat ang inyong mga kasagutan. Ito na yung pinaka-final task ninyo. You are asked to prepare and deliver a speech on a familiar issue. You are free to decide on what issue to discuss, but your speech should only range from 2 to 3 minutes. You will also have to employ the different techniques in public speaking cited in this lesson. So you can choose from the specific option provided below. So diyan sa inyong answer sheets ay may nakalagay na diyan ako. So instead na magsulat kayo para makahabol yung iba, meron ako diyang inilagay na isang piece na maigsi. Ang gagawin nyo lang is to memorize that piece, i-memorize nyo yan, and then after you have memorized it, kindly present it by video. I-video nyo yung inyong sarili habang kayo ay nag-speech. Dapat wala kayong kopya, be honest, hindi nyo dala yung kopya. Dapat memorize nyo yan bago kayo humarap at gawin yung inyong video. Siguro naman, napapansin ko, kaya naman nyo yan, sasabihin lang walang load, walang internet, alam ko nagagawa naman ng paraan kasi most of you are member of our group chat. So, pakisubmit nyo na lang yan doon sa ating group chat by section. So, kung kayo ay NARA, doon sa NARA, kung kayo ay pili. Kung ayaw naman ninyong makita ng inyong kaeskwela, you can directly send that in my messenger. Maiksi lang yun. Gusto ko lang makita kayo kung paano kayo bumigkas at kung paano kayo humarap in public. So, ang kaibahan lang yan, wala kayong kaharap. Pwedeng ang kaharap nyo ay wall. Pwedeng ang kaharap nyo ay ding-ding lang para kayo mag-video. Siguro naman by this time ay makakakuha ako ng magandang output. Kasi nga, instead na pagawin ko kayo, naisip ko para magkaroon ng output ang iba, ay ang ginawa ko, nagbigay ako ng copy dun sa inyong answer sheet. What you're going to do is only to memorize, and then after you have memorized it, be ready for the presentation of that through video. Ang nakalagay doon is you are going to submit that until February 25 yata yung inilagay ko. But 24 pala. Okay, I'm giving you a time to do that. You can submit that video until March 1. So, be punctual. I-submit nyo yan sa time na ibinigay sa inyo. Observe the different techniques in public speaking, ha? The gesture, your voice, and of course, you're going to dress properly. Baka mamaya nag-video kayo, naka-shirt lang kayo ng igsing-igsi o kaya nakapambahay lang kayo. Medyo gawin nyo naman yung sarili nyo na formal para maganda namang panoorin. Okay? Hope you will understand all those things that I am telling you. In this time of pandemic, you have to be flexible. Kailangang sundin ninyo yung mga sinasabi ng guro. Kung yun ay medyo mahirap, give time to do it. Exert more effort. Hindi yung pag hindi nyo na kaya, iiwan nyo na lang basta at hindi nyo sasagutan. Marami ako nakikita, ang gusto lang sagutan ay true or false, agree or disagree, multiple choice, and pagdating na sa mga essay writing, ay ayaw nang magsagot. Paano kayo matututo? Okay? Okay. So, I think yung mga task lang na dapat yung gawin. Kung sa answer sheet nyo ay wala itong ibang task, don't mind it. Hindi nyo na yun sasagutan. Okay? So, I hope that through this video, you were able to understand the content of this lesson, the lesson for week 8, the public speaking. Again, a good speaker is a way for you to become a successful person someday. That is one of the assets. That is one of the assets, I mean. Hindi naman basta magaling ka magsalita, magiging successful ka. You can use that in the future. Especially in senior high school, when you're applying for a job, when you are doing an interview, if you know how to answer well, the interviewer will, how do you call that? Mapiplease mo sila. Magkakaroon ka ng magandang result for that. Okay? So that is for this week, and hoping that your performance for second quarter is better than the second quarter. Continue studying, continue exerting effort, and always think positively in answering your module. And of course, you always remember that education is very important, especially in your life in the future. Again, this is your teacher, Ma'am Inya, and if you have any questions, you may call me or you may text me, or you may inquire or you may send your questions through our group chat or our messenger. You can message me. Have a good day, everyone.